Welcome back, Worth Old Coins, the channel. Today we're going to look at 3 rare and valuable US coins that could be hiding in everyday pocket change. Some of these coins may look normal, but certain rare examples have sold for thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. Make sure you watch until the end, because one of these coins might be sitting in your own collection right now. Let's get started. First coin, the 1946 Lincoln Wheat Penny with no mint mark. At first glance, it may look like just another 1-cent coin that has been used for decades, but certain examples of this penny have attracted serious attention in the coin collecting world. In today's auction market, a rare circulated example in very fine condition with visible scratches and where it can sometimes be valued around $150,000. The 1946 Wheat Penny belongs to the famous Lincoln Wheat Cent series that was minted in the United States from 1909 until 1958. This series is one of the most recognized coin designs in American history. The front of the coin shows the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, while the back features 2 wheat stalks surrounding the words 1 cent and United States of America. Because of this design, collectors often refer to these coins as wheat pennies. The year 1946 was an important time in American history. It was the period just after World War II, when the country was transitioning from wartime production to peacetime life. During this time, the United States Mint produced millions of pennies to support the growing economy. The 1946 penny, without a mint mark, was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not place a mint mark on pennies during that era. Even though many were produced, certain examples have become highly collectible due to their condition, strike quality, and possible minting variations. When collectors examine a 1946 wheat penny, they pay close attention to the details of the design. On coins graded as very fine, much of the original detail is still visible even though the coin has been circulated. Circulated coins were used in everyday transactions, which means they may show scratches, small marks, and signs of wear. However, a very fine example still displays strong design elements. Lincoln's facial features remain clear, the outline of his coat is visible, and the wheat stalks on the reverse side still show most of their lines and texture. Condition plays a major role in determining the value of any collectible coin. Even though the coin may show wear and scratches, if it still holds strong details and has not been heavily damaged, collectors may consider it very desirable. Coins that maintain their structure and readability after decades of circulation can be particularly appealing to numismatists who appreciate historical pieces. Another factor that can increase the value of a coin, like the 1946 wheat penny, is the possibility of mint errors or unusual varieties. During the minting process, small mistakes sometimes occur when the dies strike the metal blanks. These mistakes can produce doubled letters, off-center designs, die cracks, or other unusual features. When collectors discover one of these rare variations, the value of the coin can rise dramatically. A coin that might normally be worth only a small amount could suddenly become extremely valuable if it contains a rare error. Collectors also consider the demand for a coin series when determining its value. Lincoln Wheat Pennies are among the most widely collected coins in the United States. Because so many collectors want to complete full sets of these coins, rare dates and unusual examples often attract strong competition at auctions. This demand is one of the reasons why certain circulated coins, including some versions of the 1946 wheat penny, can reach estimated values around $150,000 in specialized auctions. If you ever find a 1946 wheat penny with no mint mark, it is worth taking a closer look before ignoring it. Check the date carefully and observe the overall condition of the coin. Using a magnifying glass can help reveal small details, including possible minting errors or unusual marks that might make the coin more valuable. Proper coin care is also very important. Collectors recommend holding coins only by their edges to avoid leaving fingerprints on the surface. Coins should be stored in protective holders or coin albums that protect them from moisture, dust, and further scratches. Preserving the condition of a coin helps maintain its value for future collectors and auctions. Stories like this remind people that valuable treasures can sometimes hide in the most ordinary places. A small copper penny that once circulated through grocery stores, gas stations, and vending machines could later become a rare collectible worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. It is one of the reasons why coin collecting continues to be such an exciting hobby around the world. Next coin, the 1953 wheat penny with a D mint mark. This coin may look ordinary at first glance, especially if it has been in circulation for years, but certain versions of this penny have become extremely desirable in the coin collecting world. In today's auction market, a rare example of this coin in circulated, very fine condition, with visible wear and scratches, can reach an estimated value close to $200,000. The 1953 wheat penny is part of the famous Lincoln Wheat Cent series, which was produced in the United States from 1909 to 1958. These coins feature the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the front and 2 wheat stalks on the reverse side. The wheat design is the reason collectors often call them wheat pennies. Over the decades, millions of these coins were minted, but certain mint marks, errors, and well-preserved examples have made specific pieces incredibly valuable. The 1953 penny with the D mint mark was produced at the Denver Mint. The small letter D located below the date on the front of the coin indicates its origin. While many of these coins were produced, collectors constantly search for examples that show unusual characteristics, strong strikes, or rare minting variations. These factors can dramatically increase the coin's value, even if the coin has been circulated. A circulated coin means that it has been used in everyday transactions. Because of this, the coin may show wear on the surface, small scratches, and signs of aging. However, when a coin is described as being in very fine condition, it still retains a good amount of its original detail. On the 1953 wheat penny, you may still see the lines in Lincoln's hair, the clear outline of his coat, and strong wheat stalk details on the back of the coin. Even with minor scratches or wear, a coin in very fine condition can still be extremely collectible. Collectors and auction houses evaluate several factors before determining the value of a coin. The first factor is rarity. If a specific coin variety or mint error exists in limited numbers, collectors are often willing to pay very high prices to own it. The second factor is condition. Even a circulated coin can be valuable if the details are still sharp and recognizable. The third factor is demand. Wheat pennies are among the most popular coins in the United States, and collectors around the world actively search for rare dates and mint marks. Another reason the 1953 D wheat penny can attract attention is the possibility of minting errors. During the minting process, small mistakes sometimes occur. These errors may include doubled lettering, off-center strikes, die cracks, or unusual metal variations. When collectors discover such an error on a coin from an already popular series, the value can rise dramatically. This is one of the reasons why some examples of this penny have been estimated to reach values around $200,000 in major auctions. If you ever come across a 1953 wheat penny with a D mint mark, it is always worth examining it carefully. Look closely at the date, the mint mark, and the overall details of the design. Even small differences can make a big impact on the coin's value. Using a magnifying glass or coin microscope can help reveal important features that might not be visible to the naked eye. Many collectors also recommend storing old coins properly. Keeping a coin in a protective holder can prevent additional scratches or damage. Coins should also be kept away from moisture and handled only by the edges to maintain their condition. Proper storage can help preserve a coin's value over time. Next coin, the 1956 Lincoln Wheat Penny with a D mint mark. At first glance, this coin may appear ordinary, especially if it has been circulating for many years and shows wear, scratches, or even rusty surfaces. However, certain rare examples of this coin have attracted serious attention from collectors, and in today's auction market, some pieces have been estimated to reach values close to $250,000. The 1956 Wheat Penny belongs to the famous Lincoln Wheat Cent series that was minted in the United States from 1909 until 1958. These coins are some of the most widely recognized coins in American history. The front of the coin features the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, a design created by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse side, you will see two wheat stalks surrounding the words 1 cent and United States of America. This classic design is the reason collectors commonly refer to these coins as wheat pennies. The small letter D mint mark found below the date on the front of the coin shows that the penny was produced at the Denver Mint. During the 1950s, the United States Mint produced large numbers of pennies to meet the needs of everyday commerce. Even though millions of coins were struck, collectors still search carefully for specific coins that show unusual characteristics, stronger strikes, or rare minting variations. The example described here is a circulated coin. Circulated simply means the coin was used in everyday transactions and passed through many hands over the years. Because of this, the surface may show visible scratches, marks, and signs of aging. In some cases, the copper surface can even appear slightly rusty or darkened due to long exposure to air and moisture. Despite these imperfections, collectors can still find value in a coin that maintains recognizable design details. When a coin is described as being in fine condition, it means that although it has moderate wear, the main elements of the design remain clear. On a 1956 wheat penny in fine condition, Abraham Lincoln's portrait is still visible, and the shape of his hair and coat can be recognized. On the reverse side, the wheat stalks are still clear, even though some of the smaller lines may have been worn smooth through circulation. The date and mint mark are also easily readable, which is very important when collectors evaluate a coin. One of the main reasons collectors pay close attention to coins like the 1956 D Wheat Penny is the possibility of minting errors or rare die varieties. During the minting process, coins are struck using metal dies that press the design into blank pieces of metal. Occasionally, something unusual happens during this process. A die might shift slightly, develop cracks, or strike the coin more than once. These types of mint errors can create doubled letters, off-center designs, or unusual markings that make the coin much rarer than ordinary examples. When collectors discover a coin with a rare error or variety, the value can increase dramatically. Because the Lincoln Wheat Penny series is already extremely popular among collectors, any unusual example quickly becomes a target for serious buyers. This demand is one of the reasons why certain rare versions of the 1956 D Wheat Penny have been estimated to reach prices around $250,000 in competitive auctions. Another important factor in determining value is collector demand. Wheat pennies have been collected for generations, and many collectors attempt to build complete sets that include every year and mint mark. Because of this strong interest, coins with unusual characteristics or strong historical appeal often bring very high prices at auctions and private sales. If you ever come across a 1956 wheat penny with a D mint mark, it is always a good idea to examine it closely. Look carefully at the date, the mint mark, and the details of the coin's design. Using a magnifying glass can help you spot small features such as doubling, cracks, or other unusual marks that could make the coin more valuable. Collectors also recommend handling coins carefully to protect their condition. Coins should be held only by their edges to avoid leaving fingerprints on the surface. Storing them in protective holders or coin albums can help prevent further scratches or damage. Proper storage can help preserve the coin for future collectors and maintain its value over time.